Happy New Year, everybody. I want to welcome everybody to the Daddy Ball Podcast. I'm your host, Real Coach Rube. I got my boy Benji Holt with me.
Hey,
Man,
Happy New Year to you, Coach Rube. How are you?
man, I'm good, man. We just trying to bring some good energy, you know what I'm saying, to youth sports, you know what I'm saying? Try something new, you know what I'm saying? Put something new out there. So, you know, we just trying to start the new year off right, man. Happy New Year, you know what I'm saying? One thing for sure, two things for certain. High school football over. College football got a couple teams playing, but youth
Right.
football still going full fledged, baby.
Still going. It's probably about 48 weeks out the year. Tackle. We're not just talking about regular football,
Nah,
seven on
real,
seven flag. We're talking about contact football. It's still going.
yeah, real knock your head off. You know what I'm saying? Get inside the group chat. You know what I'm saying? Threaten somebody's life. Youth
Yeah, and, and,
tackle
and
football.
all while the kids are in school, they have no idea what y'all talking about.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta love it, man. Uh, so we named the show Daddy Ball, man, because everybody got their own definition of Daddy Ball. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And so naming the show Daddy Ball meant a certain thing to me. But I'm gonna start off with you. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about when the term Daddy Ball comes up and we talk about Daddy Ball, what does Daddy Ball mean to you?
I immediately think of the negative connotation when I hear daddy ball because you don't hear daddy ball applied when you don't have a situation where the child's performance doesn't match their place in the sport. For example, we talk about football and we always say daddy ball is always going to be a biological parent, a guardian, or a homeboy putting a certain child in a position that they don't have the skill set at that time to be in, and
Mhm.
they're making everything go around that particular player so that it's going to be easy for them. So that's anytime I hear daddy ball, it's always in a negative connotation. They got daddy ball going on. That means that they have created a certain path for that athlete that wouldn't necessarily be there if that parent or guardian or homeboy wasn't there.
Right. So basically, you saying that Daddy Ball is I'm just getting involved in the decision making process to make sure that the child that I'm trying to look out for gets maximum enhancement in this situation.
Correct. And if skill set does not match what you're trying to do, that's the only time you hear daddy ball. You don't hear daddy ball in examples in which the skill set is there. You never hear that. You just say, "Oh, that's their dad, that's their uncle, that's their guardian." You only hear it when the skill set does not match the performance or the position that that particular player is in.
So Daddy Ball basically you let it slide. If the kid is fine, then you let Daddy Ball slide. If the kid is fine and his daddy is coaching, everybody like okay, we cool with this. You know what I'm
If
saying?
the
But if
kid if the kid is good, you never hear the term daddy ball come up. You never hear it because
right,
when the kid is good, a parent or a guardian, the dad does not have to create those lanes for that child. They just happen to show up at practice or the game in the same car. You only hear daddy ball apply when the skill set does not match the position. Period.
right, I can dig that. And so, that makes sense. That's why everybody gets so mad, you know what I'm saying, when they see uh a dad, you know what I'm saying, pushing their kid to the forefront because they basically like, okay, well we competing for this same position and
Right.
I feel like my kid is better. So that's what the problem is that if your kid ain't up to par, if anybody else's kid is just as good as your kid, it's always gonna be a conflict because now you can't justify giving this kid a primary position, you know what I'm saying, or favoritism
hmm
at that position because there's somebody that could be just as good or better at that position. So basically, no matter what, if you're gonna be that type of daddy ball, your kid got to be bulletproof, butt naked.
Period. You just happen to be the coach, and your kid was going to do what they're going to do regardless of who the coach is. There's lots of examples out there in which you don't see daddy ball being applied, where the dad is the coach and then the kid is playing, and you don't hear the situation of daddy ball. Only time you hear it is when the kid is not five.
Right.
Period.
Right. So for me, my reason why I actually wanted to call this daddy ball was because I like the term. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I'm pro daddy ball for
Right.
myself, the way that I define it. You know what I'm saying? So the way
Okay.
that I look at daddy ball and the way that I define daddy ball, I basically say is that daddy ball is a parent that is gonna be with their kid every step of the way and is projecting them forward and making sure that their performance matches whatever level that they're preparing for right then at that moment. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like
Yes.
I'm not gonna let any that's where I look, the way that I look at it is that I'm not gonna let anybody impede that progress of where I feel like we're supposed to be at today. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? So it doesn't really matter where you think that we're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of, we had this conversation, which is why I kind of stay out of coaching, because I don't care to be at the level that you feel like we're supposed to be at, because my plan, whatever my plan is that I'm executing as a father and as a dad, I'm not gonna let you get in my way of my plan by trying to influence me in a different direction. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
Yeah.
so when I think about Daddy Ball, like I, you know what I'm saying, like I told you before, like I think the first thing that comes to my mind is who we know as the Godfather of Daddy Ball now, which is Coach Prime.
Right.
And when people bring up Coach Prime, they be like, oh yeah, they watch the TV show. You know what I'm saying? What was the show? What was the show on Netflix? Tights. What is that?
Yeah. Friday Night Tights
Friday Night
out of
Tights.
Texas. It was out of
Yeah,
Texas.
it's like these TV shows, and you watch these TV shows, and then it's like, oh yeah, I gotta go get me a whistle. You know what I'm saying? And then like
I
it's
got to
like,
get a
no,
whistle.
I gotta go get me a whistle. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go get me a book bag. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go get me a bucket hat. I gotta go
Yeah.
get me some shades. That's the Coach starter pack kit. You know what I'm
And a
saying?
clipboard.
And,
And a clipboard.
and a clipboard. And
Yeah.
then now I need all the moms, you know what I'm saying, to call me because I'm fixing to have the fire team out there. You know what I'm saying? And so
Right.
it's like, you know, people are going out there trying to emulate, you know what I'm saying, what a Coach Prime is doing, but they don't understand that a Coach Prime got involved with coaching because he knew the process in which where he wanted his kids to be at that moment in time. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? I wasn't there with him when he was going through his process at the beginning, but I'm sure that there were plenty of people who felt like his kids weren't as good as the other kids or whatever. You know what I'm saying? However they felt.
Actually,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't think that. I
Well,
don't
I mean,
think that.
you kind of heard the whispers though when they was in high school.
Nah, those kids were good. I've been watching them for a while.
Okay.
Start. You got to start off. Everybody only thinks about Shador and Shiloh. You
Mhm.
got to think about Deion Sanders Jr. played
Right.
at SMU,
Right.
so he was the first one, right?
Yeah, yeah, but when
But watch this.
that's a different level though. When you get to college, that's not youth. That doesn't translate over like that. You know what I'm saying? It's plenty of players that weren't like considered fire butt naked at the youth level that are playing football in college.